Election process after the primary. You challenge after the primary. First of all, there's no history of winning as a write-in candidate unless you've got some new surprising endorsement.
Well, do you know that this process, since the beginning after caucus night, has been, I don't want to seem like mean, but it has been like illegal and lack of transparency, and we have been trying to
I know.
So
I actually know, I think just as much as you do about that, and I agree with you.
So Jordan Rasmussen, his endorsed candidacy, the delegates that were elected, it's not legal. So why do you think we should support someone that has been endorsed through a shady or illegal process, or he has been accused of corruption? We have been asking the Minnesota GOP and the BPOU for an audit. They want unity, but they want compliance, and they want us to submit to the lack of transparency. We can only have unity if there's transparency, there's truth. You cannot be united to someone or to an entity where there's lies and corruption.
We've tried to get Otter leadership to cooperate with this. It's as far as I'm concerned, I lay it at the feet of the Otter leadership in the party. We have tried. There's really no way of sanctioning or, there is, but the thing is most of the people, I would say Jordan's got a lot of support within the party. Not me, but enough. And in this tight election cycle, where one vote in the Senate makes so big a difference,
well,
nobody's willing to take a chance.
Well, why? Look, Biden, he's the president, and he's there. Why? Because he was elected illegally. I mean, we know what transpired. Unless you're not aware of what happened. Do you think that...
I'm on the election integrity team.
Do you think that we think he's a legal president just because he's there? It's the same with Jordan. He has been elected through this illegal process. So why do you think that honest people will want to support someone that in our local level has been dishonest? Do you think he'll be honest when he's in St. Paul or if he goes to Washington? Why is just, we need endorsed candidates? Don't values and principles matter anymore? It's just the party or, he's endorsed, it doesn't matter.
Well, Carol, I mean, it does. And you're putting something on me that's not right. Because I agree with this and I agree with all this crummy stuff that the thing is you suppose, and I know all indications don't support Jordan as being a very honest and upright person, but really when it kind of comes down to it, it has to be proven. And if
why don't we do it? It will be.
And that's the part where we fell short. This should have happened last spring, but we were thinking that anyway.
Why? What were you guys thinking?
This is a big regrettable thing that's happening right now.
So what were you guys thinking? That we would forget about it, or maybe we'll be swept under the rug?
No. I knew. No, I was pushing for this from the beginning, but I just didn't get it. Nobody else would go with me.
Maybe you didn't push enough, because every time you see us...
I kick myself for not making a bigger deal about this. This is what I balanced.
So why did you sign this public letter then? I mean, you shouldn't have signed it then. I mean, it's amazing that when you see us, you're always so nice and I'm with you guys, but then afterwards, I mean, no one stands up to say anything. So why don't we have why don't you demand an audit then? The 4 other counties, why did you even sign that letter? Why don't you demand an audit?
Yeah, you could probably blame me. I didn't rally enough support for an audit. We pushed for it, but they said no. They're not going to do it. They're not going to risk it. They don't want to. From their point of view, you got to put it from the party's point of view. They protect their endorsed candidates. To go through an audit would cause a big media circus, and it would smear the whole thing. And nobody wanted to take that risk. It was a big unknown. And at that point, there just wasn't enough support for it. I mean, and that's the sad truth of the whole thing. The right way doesn't win in a timely manner every time. And I hate to be the one to have to kind of, that's what I'm dealing with, the same thing myself. I don't want to.
Why don't they release?
But even at least I don't want to lose the Senate and have Walker in there, someone that supports everything we know.
Forget an audit. Just release the original delegate list.
Forget. This
way, with the strength of Nathan's campaign, Jordan knows that he has to walk a tightrope. I mean, he's got to vote perfectly, or we're going to be all over him.
Forget about the audit and release the original delegate list.
That's going to happen.
When?
It's going to happen.
When?
It's
after?
Not gonna it's going to happen, but it ain't going to happen before the election.
Well, we know why, because everyone is corrupt. The whole system is corrupt. The whole system is corrupt. And I mean, when you say this, do you think I even believe what you're telling me, that you tried and tried and tried? I don't believe it, because we don't see anyone standing up for this audit. We don't see anyone standing up for transparency.
Well, you weren't. Okay, fine. Well, there's nothing much I can do if you came with that thought and you're not going to consider it.
No, because
it's bigger than what you're looking at. What I basically told Nathan is what it's going to come down to is this the first time we have a chance to take and hold the House and the Senate and the governorship.
Why don't we choose?
That's something that's never happened in Minnesota.
Why don't we choose a person of convictions and integrity? It's not too late. It's still in time. No, because you guys are spreading fear mongering, telling people that we'll divide the vote. If you vote right, if you vote for Nathan, we can win this. Forget about Jordan. Jordan is corrupt. He does not represent the people. He is corrupt, and he knows that. We have people that he called.
He still won the primary. And you know
he won the primary because he was endorsed in a shady way, Bill. He won it because the delegates were added illegally. That's why he was endorsed.
I understand.
It's too much for me to think.
I wasn't effective enough. I should have tried harder in hindsight. I saw a very successful campaign, and I saw you guys and how hard and dedicated you guys were to him. I thought you guys were going to win. And that would have looked a lot better than us pointing fingers at each other and Republicans tearing Republicans apart. And really, that's what it comes. That's why I did what I did. I believed that you guys would win, regardless of the endorsement.
Why would you compromise with your own, with your own principles? I mean, when we see that, the Bible says we know them by their fruits. If I see that you're signing something like that, no matter what you tell me, Bill, I see what you did. Your words and actions, they're supposed to be the same. You know, they're the same. So you telling me something, doing something else, makes you look like a liar. I'm sorry to tell you that, but your action does not match your words.
Well, that's awfully judgmental of you for not knowing.
No, you signed.
You don't know enough to make that judgment.
No, you signed a letter. But you signed it. No, you signed it.
Watch where you're going here.
No, you signed it, and you're telling me, I'm.
Oh, you keep going back to the signature on that. Read the letter. It doesn't attack you guys. I fought very hard for them not to attack you guys.
Nathan is not.
I kept it from Republicans fighting Republicans. I did do my job.
Nathan is not a third-party candidate. He's in the Republican Party.
He's a third-party candidate.
He's not.
He didn't get the endorsement.
He is running for the Republican Party.
I know what his principles are. I know he's.
So what party is he? No, what party is he running for?
Carol,
Can you tell me the third party he's running for? What name is it? What's the name? What? Can you tell me?
Playing board games. Do you obey the rules in the board games?
I do. You guys don't obey the rule, apparently. You're the ones that are not obeying the rule.
I didn't cheat. I'm not in the. I didn't run the Otter Caucus. I had nothing
Well,
to do with
stand up. Stand up for what is right. You're part of the CD7.
I will, and I am.
Why do you guys always speak in the future? I will do something.
There's only so much you can do, and there is a bigger thing at stake here, believe it or not. And that's something that I don't think I guess I don't expect you guys, because I know you guys are very heavily invested in this. But please step back and get the bigger picture. We have the chance to win.
No, we don't. Look, Jordan is corrupt. Jordan is not going to represent us. He is not a person of principles. Why do you think?
We disagree on that. We're going to have to disagree on
well,
that.
how can you, with him cheating, he's not, you're telling me he's a person of principles, cheating?
You don't think that Jordan doesn't know how strong the real conservative Christian families are in Otterdale now after this campaign? You know how hard they are working at this, and you know they're very good at campaigning. Not only that, they're raising tons of money. And he has to vote conservative. He has to vote perfectly, or he's toast, and he knows that.
He's not toast, because once he's in there, I mean, the corruption just gets worse. When you're in St. Paul, the corruption just gets worse and worse and worse. So, I mean,
if he's found out, and when we dig into things, and that will happen, that's not going to go away. His base is going to erode. And the truth will out. His wife was involved. His best friend was involved. He can't escape it. So when that happens, that's when that begins.
So when will this ever happen? When he's in the Senate? When
I don't
he can
know.
be
I'm
out?
not in charge of everything, but it's going to happen.
I'm saying once he's in there, it will be hard to take him out. Once you're in there, he's senator or whatever. I mean, the corruption just gets worse and worse and worse.
I don't know the future, but I do know we live in real changing liquid times right now, and I think that is a real possibility, because people want truth in government. I want truth in government is what the big quest is, but right at this moment it's winning, and then after that we're going to get after.
No, we don't put a corrupt politician in and tell them, okay, we'll take you out and see what you do. No, you avoid them from going in to entering the government.
You're a big Trump supporter.
I'm a person of principles and integrity. And when I see Jordan,
you vote for Trump?
I did vote for Trump. Well, I did vote for Trump.
With this, but I'm going to use him as an example, whether you like him or not. Okay? Have you noticed
You
that
can
Trump
use that
is
to your credit, not
endorsing
insult.
people that don't even fit what he likes, like Oz, that Dr. Oz guy? And there's a couple other people that he's endorsing. It's just like you kind of shake your head and go, what? But it's because it's because they're electable. Oz has got a name, and he's running as a Republican, and he's got a good chance at beating the guy he's running against is a total demon.
But honestly,
Oz isn't a perfect person, and he's got some kooky beliefs and some things that I don't agree with at all, but I'd still vote for the guy, because the guy that he's running against is a flat out, if you
look, I like
I mean, he's a walking demon.
I like Trump, but that doesn't mean everything Trump tells me to do, I'll do. I mean, I have discernment. He supported the vaccines at some point, and I never supported that. I mean, just because he said something.
Either, but I'm just trying. I do think he's a good campaigner, and I think he's a brilliant strategist. I was just explaining what his thinking. I thought it was a good example for this, because Carol, I understand, and believe it or not, I do respect you. I wish we got along on this, because I think you and your husband are wonderful people. And I would always like to be friendly and welcome in your company. But we're going to have to disagree on the process of this. I agree with you, but for right now, winning is more important than having a perfect election. And you can quote me on that and tell everybody, well, Bill's a sellout, he believes in winning over truth, fine. But the big thing is when we win all three, the good that's going to come out of that far outweighs everything else.
Look, voting Democrats and rhinos, they are never a win for us. Conservatives are always a win. Not rhinos, not Democrats. And Jordan, he and many people in the Republican Party, the platform is a very good platform. The people who are running the Republican Party are the issue. And that's what we're seeing here in Otter County. We're seeing in Minnesota GOP, and we're seeing all over the country. The Republicans, the establishment, together with the Democrats, they were the ones that certified the 2020 election. So that's our issue. Rhinos, establishment people, and Democrats. They will never be a win. They will never be a win for we the people. They will always compromise our principles and our values. And that's why we are here in this mess now.
I don't disagree, and you're absolutely right, and we totally are in a mess, but it's swimming in a swamp, you know what I mean?
And the corruption starts.
Perfect, but you do got to stay alive and achieve goals.
And the corruption starts locally, and this was our first year being involved in politics, and we were seeing how corrupt it is, and it just gets worse when it gets to St. Paul and Washington D.C. So yeah, well, I just wanted to tell you. I mean, I was like disappointed when I saw your name there, and I mean, you always seem like so nice and friendly with Nathan, this and support, but then afterwards,
I do, and I am, and I do, but I hope at some point you can understand why I did that. But
no, I don't think I understand.
I'll just say, this is the part that kills me the most. I was never disingenuous.
I'm not good with Matt.
I'm on your side. My politics, I share with you. I mean, I share your politics and your views. I'm a God-fearing Christian that wants the best, honest, justice in our government. I want the exact same thing. It's just politics is a hamburger machine. It's a big mess, and it'll rip your heart out, and it does.
And we're seeing
I'm
that
sorry, I'll
locally.
probably get chewed up and spit out in this next election cycle, but believe me, I pray about this constantly, and I believe I'm doing the right thing for everybody.
I just don't think maybe what's right for you is not right for everyone. I mean, I just can't see how you can compromise your principles and thinking it's okay for everyone. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, honestly. I don't.
I understand. It's not been easy.
Okay, well, I just wanted to tell you how disappointed I was when I saw your name there, and yep, and just wanted to know why you did that. But I mean, thank you for telling me, but it didn't. I mean, it didn't.
And there is no feel good answer. There is no happy ending in this situation. There isn't. I mean, at least not one that I can see. And I'm sorry about that. And I do feel like I've let some people down, and yet at the same time, I put my whole heart and soul into doing the right thing. And I'm sorry that you're upset. I hope you can think this through and understand at some point. But I do respect you. So take care, Carol.
You
Thank
too.
you for the call.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye, Bill. Bye-bye.
Bye.